what did you take from tonight's performance?
Great effort. Seeing some kids start to grow. I thought our defense was pretty solid. We just had a few breakdowns there where we lost the shooters. You know, free throw line hurt us. But, you know, when I look at the stat sheet, we did a lot of good stuff, you know, 52 to 28 in the paint for us, 22 to 8 second chance points for us, 16 to 7 fast break points for us. You know, that's pretty good for our team to see those kind of numbers. And then the biggest number for me, obviously, is the 38% from the field, defensive field goal percentage. So we took it to heart from, you know, last night and what we went through with Detroit, and we wanted to get our defense right back to where we had it the 2 games prior. So I was really happy to see us dig in and compete that way.
Coach, 99-96 coming out the timeout. Dennis had to force the 3. What were you looking for out of that?
Wanted to get him downhill, and, you know, typical. We screwed up some timing on something, and, you know, before we know it, they got organized and switched it and strangled us like a good team would. So something to learn from.
Coach, when you consider it was the second night of a back-to-back, the way the energy was to start the game and then even to finish, what does that say about how this team has developed?
That's great stuff because, you know, that's something we really talk about a lot, is them understanding how to play in back-to-backs, how to prepare yourself for a back-to-back, you know, how to rest your body, recover, and be willing to get back out there and compete at a high level, especially against a team, you know, one of the top teams in the East, you know, our contender. For us to come out and really push them says a lot about our group, yeah.
Fizz, I know this is a rebuilding year for you guys and development year and all that, but I think this is 29 of the last 31 have been lost. Is there any breaking point where it's just too much to even reconcile with where you are as a franchise?
No, I don't think so. I think as long as our guys keep doing this, what they did tonight, we're building for where we want to go. We understand what this year is. We're not going to. Whatever happens to us this year will not make us crack or waver. We just gonna keep chopping and keep going after it. I got really high character people in that locker room that are rooting for each other and working hard for each other. So I don't see any of this, you know, cracking our spirit.
Coach, hey, you start dreaming about the Zion Williamson?
Oh, I can't answer that question, my man. I'm more focused on who we have here right now. I don't let myself get into the hypothetical world. I just I try to live in the now.
Coach, a lot of people believe the acquisition of DeAndre Jordan is really going to help Mitchell Robinson develop. Have you noticed him telling him anything specific? And if he has, what?
If you go back through Mitchell's last 4 games, there has been a big jump in what he's doing out there and how he's doing it. I think tonight was his career high with points. You know, 3 blocks, 3 fouls, which has been a big thing for us, stressing to him. But again, I think DJ being here has already, you know, rubbed off on Mitchell. You know, I thought DJ gave a great effort as well with the 18 rebounds, 10 points as well. So those 2 guys are, you know, not only are they helping each other, but I think it's going to help our overall team.
Just on that, how is DeAndre helping Mitchell specifically?
Getting him to understand, one, how to use his voice. That's a big one because Mitchell is just a quiet guy by nature. So he's really getting him to bark. He's getting Mitchell playing in a stance more and understanding how to play the game with the guards. And, you know, it's a game of tit for tat with those guards, and DeAndre has mastered that. And so, you know, also teaching Mitchell discipline at the rim, you know, being patient for his blocks and not just chasing every single thing that's there, and then, you know, really beating over his head the importance of pursuing rebounds out of your area and going to get the ball where they just not falling to you, where you got to go get them like DeAndre does, you know. And so, you know, a lot of those areas, how to study the game film-wise, you know, understanding your opponent, tendencies, all of those things. DJ has just jumped on that with Mitchell and really getting him to understand that and getting ready for the game and game prep and focusing in and shoot-arounds, all of the stuff that you really want from a veteran. He's giving them that and more.
Kadeem had some big shots there in that third quarter and had 6 assists. I mean, what do you like about the way
he's a tough little runt, boy. I love him. I really do. He fits my personality. He's just he's a grimy kid. You know, he's really worked his way to where he's at. You know, he keeps getting better and better. And I think just overall our G League and coaching staff has just done an excellent job at bringing him along and you know, improving his game in increments.
Hey, Coach, okay, so now I'll take a better question. So, although the team is losing, the garden is always full, and how encouraging is it for you that you still got the support from the fans in the city of New York looking forward?
It's fantastic. You know, I don't take it for granted. I know it's difficult and frustrating to go through a losing season. I don't discount that at all, especially for our fan base. I don't want to cheat them. I don't want them to feel like that they're not getting their money's worth. But I really feel like most nights our kids come out and give them the effort and the competitiveness that the fans want to see. And I think the fans understand what we're doing with our guys. You know, they're seeing big-time growth from all of these guys. For Kevin Knox to have 20 points in a game where Kawhi Leonard's draped on him all night, that's huge, you know. And, you know, for him to be going to that game and playing in that rookie game, all of these things, you know, as we go through the year and see these guys getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, I think our fans appreciate that. And, you know, right from the beginning, we really tried to be straight up with our fans and just, you know, be, you know, brutally honest about how difficult this year was going to be. But at the same time, we're going to put a bunch of kids out there that's going to fight.
Dennis tonight looked a little frustrated at times when shots weren't falling. Is that just the reality of a 20-year-old that 31 points one game?
And I think the you know, I loaded him up the last few games in minutes, and you know, I think tonight a little bit of that was fatigue. You know, but I like the fact that he just stayed aggressive and kept attacking and getting in that paint. But I like the kid. The kid, you know, even though he was struggling from the field, he was great in the huddles. He was leading. He was communicating, and he just stayed with it. And you know, those are the games where I told him, I said, listen, no body language. I want you to be strong in your body language. Keep your head up. Keep leading the group. No matter what's happening with you, make sure they see that you're not being affected by it. And so that's part of his learning, and not beating himself up and getting down when things aren't going great.